Hey everyone, welcome back. So in this tutorial, we're going to go over some key middle split stretches and ways to help you develop your side flexibility. So to start with, we're going to do some foam rolling, specifically for our side splits. It's going to be about 30 to 60 seconds, depending on what you can handle. Placing the foam roller to a side, bend your leg and place it here. So the foam roller is lengthways in line with your body and you're rolling across it like this. In this position, you can play with straightening your leg, rolling your hip over, and the other way as well. To start, our key stretch is going to focus on the hip flexors and opening up through them. So into a high kneel position, squeeze your glutes and tuck your pelvis under. Okay. Make sure your knee is in line with about your second toe and with your hip. Sitting up nice and tall, squeezing, you should feel a stretch through your hip all the way up. If you're not quite feeling a stretch, lean it forwards, keeping your body nice and tall. Again, making sure your knee and your second toe are in line with your hip. Hold each stretch for about 30 seconds. From here, we're going to bend the back leg. Then turn it, so you're turning your hip out and putting your foot on the ground. Trying to keep your knee, your toe, still facing the same way. So we're in a turned out position now. Push your hips forward so that your hip is still over this knee. And from here, lean forward into the lunge stretch. I put my hand here because the knee will naturally want to turn in. So putting your hand here just helps that knee focus on turning out, and hand on the hip to help push your hips forward into the stretch. Okay. Remember to keep that foot tucked, more of a tuck, more of a stretch. Pushing your hip forward. Squeeze your glutes, high kneel position. Feel the stretch all the way through the hip. You may notice you have one side better than the other. That's pretty normal. This is definitely my worst side. And leaning forwards. To keep my hips square, I focus on pushing through all of my toes and through my ankle and my knee so that my leg doesn't turn out in the stretch. Trying to keep it nice and flat. And bending the leg, turning it out, putting the foot on the ground, sitting tall to start. Okay. Making sure that hand stops the inward turn of the knee, pushing your hand onto your glute to keep your hips going forwards. Relax through your hip. We're trying to stretch our hip, this one. It's a bit of a weird feeling too. Next is our butterfly stretch. So feet together, pull them in close to your hips. Sitting up nice and tall, so not rounding, because then it becomes a back stretch, and that's not the goal right now. So chest up, pushing hips backwards, pushing knees to the floor and pulling yourself towards your feet. For an additional stretch, you can either chuck some weights onto your legs, or I like to go this way, grabbing one ankle to base myself, elbow onto one knee, hand on one leg, and pushing down to enhance the stretch. And do it both sides. Next, we're going to go into a frog position. So that's like a middle split, but with bent legs. So, go up onto hands and knees, like this. And all you're going to do is keeping your knees in line with your hip, so they're all in the same line. Just walk your knees out as far as you can, sliding them if you need, going as low to the floor as you can. Once you get to a comfortable point, hold it there. We're going to start with chest down because that's the easiest one. So chest down and just relaxing as low as you can. 30 seconds each stretch. In this position, we're going to come upright. So tuck those feet in where you need them. Sitting upright as much as you can, pushing down through your shoulders, trying to sink all your weight through your hips. If you really struggle to do this, you can do it against a wall. So, starting upright, slide your knees out, out, out as far as you can. Trying to keep your body and your knees on the wall. It's a bit of a different stretch. You feel it deeper in your adductors. Make sure you take breaks in between those frog stretches so your hips have some time to recover. Okay, it's better to do repetition than to hold it for ages. So do 30 seconds, then come out, shake it out for 10-20 seconds, and then go back into the stretch again. So we're going to go back into our frog stretch, but this time instead of sitting up or staying flat, we're going to roll our hips forward. So rolling forwards, trying to push our hips flat to the ground in front. Still bent legs. This time we're trying to get more to the front of our hips rather than the back or the inside. The goal is to have feet flat on the ground and hips flat on the ground. Our final one, again we're going to be in frog stretch, but we're going to rotate through the movements. So, frog stretch, knees out nice and wide, and then from here, you're going to rotate one leg upwards, put it back down, rotate that other one. So we're just trying to get that whole range of movement. Just do it nice and slow, so you don't pull a muscle or anything. Slow. If you want a bit of an extra stretch, you can pull the leg. Our next stretch for middle splits is a mix between middle splits and our frog stretch. So here, one leg out, one leg bent, and dropping down to the ground. And what we're going to do here is we're going to do contractions. So you're going to squeeze your glutes for 6 seconds, only 6 seconds. So squeeze 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and relax. And as you relax, try to drop deeper into the stretch. Do it 2 more times. So squeeze 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and relax. Relax for about 10 seconds in between. And last time, squeeze 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and final relax. That's when we swap legs. Both feet come back into frog and extend the other leg. And here, contract 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, relax. And squeeze 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, relax 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And last contraction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whew. And relax. And on the last relax, you guys should sink as deep as you can and just keep breathing. Remember to exhale as you do the relax. Okay, and our final stretch is of course middle splits. Starting up in a straddle stand. Start inching your feet out, keeping your feet, knees, hips all in one straight line. So creep them out, dropping down, 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 and onto the ground. And hopefully, after all those stretches, you will be flat. If not, don't forget, it's just practice. So try do this every second or third day and you'll see a huge improvement. You've just got to be consistent and dedicate the time to it and you can definitely get it. Alright, if you guys like this video, if you want more of these tutorials, please subscribe, leave me a comment letting me know what you like, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.